Oh honey, grab your tea because this one is scalding hot. Meghan Markle, yes, our Duchess of Drama herself, just walked straight into a fashion hurricane that even her charm couldn't calm. And guess what? It all started with a bag. Not just any bag though, a Birkin. The holy grail of handbags, the crown jewel of Hermès. So picture this. Meghan, sitting in her Montecito mansion, surrounded by candles, crystals, and her carefully curated aura of calm, suddenly decides she needs a bag that's not just luxurious, but symbolic, a statement piece. She allegedly reaches out to Hermès for something truly extraordinary, a one-of-one custom Birkin made from ethically sourced white leather, kissed with gold-plated hardware, and delicately engraved with one of her own empowerment quotes. You heard that right, her own quote. She wanted it to represent her rebirth. Meghan Markle, no longer just the royal rebel, but a self-made woman redefining luxury on her own terms. The timing? Oh, it couldn't have been more strategic. Just months before a glitzy Montecito charity gala, a duchess, a cause, and a bag that whispered, "I'm back and better than ever." Her team sent the request directly to Hermès headquarters in Paris, polite yet confident, expecting nothing less than admiration. But baby, what Meghan didn't know is that she was about to knock on a door that doesn't open for anyone, not even royalty. Because Hermès isn't just a brand, it's a religion. And you don't walk into a cathedral telling the priest how to decorate the altar. A few days later, the reply came, smooth, elegant, and sharper than a stiletto heel. Madame Hermès does not accept external creative direction on heritage pieces. Our legacy is defined by the maison, not by collaboration. Translation? We don't take design tips from you, darling. That response was pure Hermès, graceful, final, and devastating. But Meghan's team didn't back down. Oh no. Within hours, her senior stylist fired back, saying this design could modernize the Hermès image for a new generation. Another message followed the next morning from her personal assistant, stressing Meghan's passion for ethical luxury and purpose-driven fashion. Still, Paris remained silent. Then, something wickedly elegant happened. Hermès didn't respond directly. Instead, word leaked. The emails were quietly forwarded not to tabloids, but to the elite circle of fashion editors, the ones who sip espresso in front row seats and trade whispers sharper than glass. It was a power play, a silent warning to every fashion insider: Hermès does not bend, not even for a duchess. By the end of that week, Paris wasn't whispering, it was snickering. Stylists in Milan were texting, "Did you hear she tried to design a Birkin?" It became the chicest gossip in Europe. And that's the thing about Hermès. They don't need to shout to destroy you. They humiliate you with elegance. It was unheard of. Hermès, the brand that never comments, never collaborates, never leaks, had allegedly made sure their no was heard everywhere. And suddenly, Meghan Markle, the woman who built her empire on image control, looked like she'd overstepped. The narrative flipped. She wasn't the powerful duchess anymore. She was the woman who tried to redesign a religion. The story spread because of its tone. It wasn't nasty. It was refined humiliation. A six-figure rejection wrapped in white leather and gold trim. A private request that became the most whispered story in fashion. But Meghan had no idea her real storm was just beginning. Because when Hermès decides to make an example out of you, they don't raise their voice. They whisper you out of the room. After those whispers about her failed Birkin fantasy, Meghan decided to reclaim the spotlight. And where else to do that than Paris Fashion Week? Front row. Cameras flashing. The grand "I'm back." For a moment, but oh sweetie, Paris had other plans. Word from insiders? The room went cold. One stylist whispered, you could feel the air freeze when she walked in. No smiles, no hugs. Just stares. Even the photographers, usually vultures for a royal shot, seemed bored. And then the gossip took a cruel twist. Backstage murmurs began her makeup team, stylists, even assistants whispering that being near her wasn't easy. Not because she was rude, because she allegedly smelled. The glam team reportedly went into panic mode, drowning the air in designer perfume and setting sprays. One crew member allegedly said, you can fix bad lighting, you can fix foundation, but you can't fix that smell. Brutal? Absolutely. But in Paris, cruelty always wears couture. By the time the show ended, no one was talking about Balenciaga's collection. Everyone was talking about her. And in Paris, that's fatal. Scandal is forgivable. Arrogance, expected. But a duchess with bad hygiene? That's social suicide in silk. After the show, the humiliation deepened. Designers whispered that her outfit, the one she believed was her grand comeback look, wasn't even custom. Balenciaga had allegedly done her a last-minute favor. The dress was borrowed. The shoes? Returned. Tags still on. And that's the fashion world's silent insult. Borrowed means you don't belong. Then came the moment that sent literal chills down the city's spine. After the show, Meghan reportedly asked her driver to take her through Pont de l'Alma Tunnel. Yes, that tunnel. The very one where Princess Diana lost her life. At first, her team brushed it off as coincidence, but whispers said Meghan filmed it herself, wanting to walk the same path to spark an emotional connection to blur the line between her and Diana. To many, that crossed the line. Because in Paris, symbolism without sincerity is blasphemy. And this felt staged. The irony was almost cinematic. Meghan had long accused the British press of destroying Diana. Yet, when she wanted to tell her own story, who did she and Harry sit down with? CBS. The same network that once paid for and aired the photos of Diana's crash. Let that sink in. Paris noticed. They saw the contradiction. What Meghan called redemption, they called performance. And that's when the city turned cold for good. Behind closed doors, fashion insiders began whispering what no one dared say aloud. Her speeches, her causes, her humanitarian charm, it all felt scripted. Ghostwritten quotes, recycled ideas, borrowed personas, a little Diana here, a little Grace Kelly there, a sprinkle of Hollywood sparkle, but where was Meghan in all of it? Paris adores icons but despises replicas, and slowly, the illusion cracked. When she walked out of that Balenciaga show, Meghan thought she'd conquered the city again, but Paris had already judged her. No applause, no warmth, just polite claps and colder eyes. She had become the cautionary tale, the line everyone whispered behind closed doors, "Careful, don't pull a Meghan." It became fashion's new phrase for crossing from ambition to arrogance, from spotlight to overexposure. But here's the twist. Darling Paris may cancel you, but it never stops watching. Because scandals like Meghan's, they don't die. They evolve. The same insiders who mocked her downfall now whisper about her plotting a comeback in Montecito. Something new. Something not about luxury or legacy, but about control. A brand. A revenge dressed in silk. And honestly, maybe she'll do it. Because if there's one thing Meghan Markle has taught the world, it's that she doesn't disappear. She rebuilds. As the City of Lights drifted to sleep, Paris didn't forget her. It simply waited, like it always does, for the next headline, the next act, the next resurrection. Because love her or hate her, Meghan Markle isn't finished. She's just rewriting the script, and when she steps out again, whether it's Montecito or Paris, you can bet every camera will turn, every whisper will rise, and every critic will ask the same question: what if this time she wins? But here's the thing, darling, Meghan's story isn't just about scandal. It's about survival in stilettos. Because even after Paris turned its back, the whispers never stopped. Every boutique owner, every fashion editor, every PR executive who once rolled their eyes at her now secretly checks her Instagram before bed, wondering what she'll do next. Insiders claim her Montecito mansion has turned into a creative war room. Late nights, endless mood boards, quiet meetings with stylists who swore they'd never work with her again. She's reportedly building something big, something that mixes fashion, activism, and, of course, revenge. They say she's designing her own luxury brand, one that screams, "You didn't want me at your table, so I built my own palace." And honestly, that's so Meghan. Every time the world cancels her, she uses the ashes as highlighter. Paris may have whispered her out, but Los Angeles? Oh, it's waiting. Because while Paris believes in legacy, Hollywood believes in comebacks, and Meghan Markle loves a comeback. The same woman who once walked behind royals in silence is now rumored to be scripting her own empire, camera-ready, curated, and unapologetic. So when that spotlight turns on her again, and it will, don't act surprised. Because love her or loathe her, Meghan Markle knows exactly how to make the world talk. And when she finally walks back into that light, every whisper will sound like applause.